Hello everyone, I am Crick Coder and I am doing a review of all the teams in this IPL season, and in this video I am doing a review of DC. So DC finished at the 6th position in the points table and they started very well, winning their first two matches, but then in the next match they lost a close game against GT, and after that in the next 8 matches they won only 2 matches. Yes, this close match is the same match in which David Miller didn't take the single and DC lost that match. I think this match was a very difficult loss for them as they were expected to win that match, needing just 2 runs from last two deliveries. Then they won their last 3 games to finish 6th on the points table. They were at the top of the table after winning the first 2 matches, but then they dropped outside the top 4 and then never came back to the top 4. They went down till the 8th position but then finished at the 6th position at the end of the season. So in the squad, they had a total of 26 players, including 9 overseas players and 9 uncapped players. Before the start of the season, Ben Duckett pulled out of the tournament to focus on his test career. DC then brought in Rehan Ahmed as his replacement in the squad. Also, Mitchell Starc was not available for the first half of the IPL and joined the team in the second half. Now going to the playing 11. So in the playing 11, they tried a total of 22 players, including 7 overseas players. So only 4 players from the entire squad didn't get a game in this season. They were Prithvi Shaw, Ajay Mandal, and 2 overseas players, Ben Duckett and his replacement player Rehan Ahmed. They made a total of 24 changes in the playing 11 throughout this IPL, and only 2 times they played with the same team. They tried different combinations from the playing 11 based on the available players from the squad. Also, when they were almost out of the playoffs race with few matches remaining, they gave chances to their backup players. So these are the main players which made the playing 11 for DC. And apart from this, there were 7 other players who played few games for them like Karun Nair, Sahil Parak, Abhishek Poral, Madhav Tiwari, Tripurana Vijay, Kyle Jamieson, and Dushmanta Chamira. So they opened with Patum Nisanka and KL Rahul. So Nisanka missed some matches due to the overseas limit of players as they picked Stark at the later half of the season. Even David Miller sat out in few matches because of that overseas quota. And in those matches, they used Abhishek Pural or Sahil Parak to open the innings along with KL Rahul. Then at number 3, they used Nitish Rana. And when he was dropped, they went with other options like Karun Nair, Samir Rizvi, and Sahil Parak. Then they had Samir Rizvi, David Miller, Tristan Stubbs, and Akshar Patel in the middle order. Their middle order positions were never fixed and they came in based on the situation of the match. Then they used Ashutosh Sharma, Vipraj Nigam, Akib Nabi, and Madhav Tiwari in that all-rounder position. Then in the bowling, they had Mitchell Stark, Kuldeep Yadav, Lungi Engidi, T. Natarajan, Mukesh Kumar, Tripurana Vijay, Kyle Jamieson, and Dushmanta Chamira. No bowler played all the matches, so there also they used different combinations based on the player availability and injuries. So in the season wise, DC again no started well in this season with 2 wins in the first 2 games, and it looked like this time they will make the playoffs. But again, they were not able to qualify for the playoff and ended the season with a lot of disappointment. They won 7 matches in total with only 2 home wins and 5 away wins. This was a strange season for DC as you didn't know what to expect from them. They played some very good cricket and also played some poor cricket. In some matches, they batted very well, especially in the match against Punjab, where they scored 250 plus runs, but in the other games, their batting was disappointed. They had a good bowling attack, but their performances were not up to the mark. Also, they dropped some crucial chances in the field which cost them 1 or 2 matches. They had some good individual performances with both bat and ball, but as a team, they lacked that complete performance. I feel they had a solid team if you look at the playing 11, but then they didn't have the performance from the players that they would have liked. They had some issues with the overseas quota as the playing 11 combination depended on it. When Stark came in the second half, they had to make way for him in the playing 11 and they kept Nisanka out. Then they also kept Miller out for a few games and brought back Nisanka. Also, Ngidi had that serious injury when he banged his head on the ground while trying to take a catch, and the ambulance had come on to the ground to take him to the hospital. On the ground, it looked very serious as Engidi was not responding initially to the medical team, but fortunately, he was stabilized and stretchered off in the ambulance. This type of movements definitely affect the team, and this was the same game where no DC were not able to defend 250 plus runs against the Punjab Kings. After Engidi got injured, they brought in Chamira and Jamieson, and again they had to change in their combination. So the player that impressed me most from DC was Madhav Tiwari. Yes, he played only the last three matches, but he was very good in those three matches. He is a fast bowling all-rounder, which is very rare to see in Indian cricket. He bowled pretty well in the matches he played, and he had the third best economy for DC after Aksar and Angiri in this IPL. With the bat, he got just one chance, but in that game also, he was very good. He looked very promising and definitely someone to look forward to in the future. KL Rahul was also very impressive this season, especially with the strike rate with which he batted, which was around 174. Yeah, we all know how good a player KL Rahul is, as he is your consistent player to score runs. But this season, the strike rate was the most impressive part. The player that disappointed me the most was Kuldeep Yadav. He had a very poor season with the ball and also was dropped from the team. His economy was about 10, and the problem was that he never looked like that attacking bowler who would not deceive the batter. He was not able to get wickets and also went for plenty runs. He had only 7 wickets in the season before he was dropped from the team, and then he played the last game in which he got 3 wickets and was also the player of the match. But I expected this type of performance from him in the early part of the tournament, as it would have helped DC to progress to the playoffs. Now looking at the batting stats, so KL Rahul was the highest run scorer with 593 runs, followed by Patum Nisanka and Tristan Stubbs with 278 and 275 runs. Then they had Samir Rizvi with 252 runs and Nitish Rana scored 225 runs. Then in the highest score for DC, they had KL Rahul with 152 not out, which was the highest individual score by an Indian in all T20s. Then second on the list was Nitish Rana with 91 in that same match. The highest strike rate for DC among no players who played at least 10 balls was Ashutosh Sharma with 181 and KL Rahul was second on the list with 174. They had no Akib Nabi with 350 and Madhav Tiwari with 225 strike rate, but they no played just 4 balls and 8 balls respectively. In the most 100 list, KR Rahul topped the list with 1 century, and in the most 50s list, he again topped the list with 5 half centuries, followed by Patul Nisanka, Tristan Stubbs, Samir Rizvi, and Nitish Rana with 250s each, and then David Miller, Akshar Patel, and Abhishek Porel followed with 150 each. Then in the most four list, again KL Rahul was on the top of the list with Patum Nisanka and Nitish Rana following him. Then in the most sixes, again KL Rahul topped the list with 31 sixes, followed by Samir Rizvi and David Miller. So clearly you can see KL Rahul was DC's top performer with the bat. Then team-wise, their lowest score was 75 for 10 against RCB in Delhi, in which they had the lowest power play score in the entire IPL history of just 13 for 6. Then the highest score was 264 for 2 against Punjab, again in Delhi, in which they had the second highest partnership in the history of IPL of 220 between KL Rahul and Nitish Rana. Now looking at the bowling stats, Lungi Ngidi was the highest wicket taker for DC with 13 wickets, followed by Akshar Patel and Mitchell Stark, who took 11 wickets each. Then in the best bowling performance, it was Mitchell Stark who topped the list with figures of 4 for 40, followed by Lungi Ngidi with figures of 3 for 27. Then the bowler with the lowest economy was Akshar Patel with 8.18 and followed by Lungi Ngidi and Madhav Tiwari. Then in the 4 wickets haul, DC had only one player, Mitchell Stark, who got one 4 wicket haul. Then in the most dot balls bowled for DC, Lungi Angidi topped the list with 96 dot balls, followed by Akshar Patel and Mukesh Kumar. So for DC, Lungi Angidi was the top performer with the ball. Then team-wise, their best bowling performance was 10 for 141, which came against LSG in their first match of the season. So that's it in this video, and let me know your thoughts about this video in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.